everybody to another episode of Red Valkyrie. Over to my left, I have Cyborg Valkyrie. I had to think. I'm sorry. Are you gonna say hi, or are you just gonna laugh at me?
Hello, and that's why we went over this like literally 3 seconds before I
I
hit
hate you
one.
so much. I hate you so much. Oh my
Hello,
gosh.
chat. Welcome back. And for those of you returning from our previous episode a little like 20 minutes ago, we really appreciate you sticking around.
Thank you so much, everyone who showed up. So I am Shae. I am your other host, and then of course down below we have the amazing Vinnie.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me here.
Absolutely. Hello.
Like, what kind of hell, fresh hell did I walk into?
I'm so sorry, Vinnie. Anyway, okay, so Vinnie has some really awesome campaigns going right now. You got a couple, and so we were going to go over your art book first, correct?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, so let's go ahead and have you.
Okay.
Are you ready, Si? Are you good?
I had to share it.
Okay, let's go ahead and have you tell us a little bit about the Art of Vinnie Tartamella.
Yeah, this was my first art book. It's pretty much a collection of like most of the pieces and prints that I've had over like the last couple of years that I've done at conventions. So I kind of put them together in these books. I did it after my first campaign just to kind of let people see more of my diversity. So essentially, I mean, it's real simple. It's not much of a pitch other than if you love really beautiful artwork, I have comic book stuff. I've got portrait things in here. I've got movie, video game, you name it is pretty much in this book. So yeah, everything is full color. It's 52 pages. It's a little difficult because I can't name everything that's in here, but
Right.
if you kind of scroll through it, you can see certain hints of things or characters
nice.
you might recognize, but I did my versions of them.
Yes, I see how you are tiptoeing around this.
This is Clown Girl.
I like
Great.
it.
Why don't you show everyone your necklace, Shae?
Oh, so it's very difficult to see, but I do have a put-in necklace trying to
awesome.
pay a little bit of homage to a particular clown girl.
That's cool. I like that.
I also, it's the bomber jacket is also of the same, but the only thing that you see is on the back, and I'm not going to turn around. So
That's cool. As you can see here, we have Cat Lady,
kitty girl,
Fat Boss, and
I
Mr.
love
Mutton
it.
Chops.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, wait. What was Fat Boy?
Fat Boss.
Fat Boss.
Mr. Mutton Chops. I'm loving these names. Cindy Kraft.
Whoa, that's a little too close. That's just some dirty girl who's an explorer.
Just some explorer chick.
30 the Explorer. Oh my god.
It's all right. We will come up with names for all of these.
All right. But yeah, there's well, you recognize Momoa, but he actually has that piece.
Does he really?
Yeah, I met him at a convention, and I had it poster size. He lost his shit when he saw it. He was like, "Holy fuck, bro! This thing is sick." I'm like, "Can I get a photo?" He's like, "Absolutely."
That is so cool.
So, yeah, I had one there too. So like, I took it out of the frame and he signed it right there on his table. When we lifted it up, I went blind from all the cameras that went off the flashes. Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
So that's all over the interwebs.
That is so cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
I really like your style. You have a really cool way of blending kind of stylized and fantasy with more realistic. And it's, I don't know, you do a really, really good job.
I'm
Thank
sorry,
you
I
so
just
much.
noticed.
Yeah,
I just noticed the bunny.
Oh, the bunny?
Oh my god.
Gosh, Vinny,
Yeah,
damn.
it's gonna be real late. And then under the table, I have the cat.
Oh my gosh.
I love that cat.
Oh.
I really do.
Yeah,
That cat is awesome.
this piece, I took it out of retirement so many times. Yeah, it was kind of crazy, but I'm like, yeah, this thing was supposed to be a cover for one of the Zenoscope books, But again, we know how this industry is and the scumbags behind it. So yeah, it didn't happen, but they tried to rip me off a couple of times. So I said, you know what? I'm going to make it a cover to a book. I'm making the cover to volume 2 of my art book. So yeah, that's
Well,
what it
right
definitely
after
is.
once you publish it, I mean that like really increases your hold on them not being able to jack it from you at all.
Oh, for
So.
sure. Yeah, because I don't like how people do their dirty dealings. But
she looks so badass and effed up with all that blood on her stockings.
It really reminds me of like American McGee, like
yeah,
that
sort of.
version.
It's funny.
Only
I didn't know anything about that actually when I did this. I found out afterwards because I wasn't following like the PC gaming world and all that.
right.
So I had no idea, and someone told me like, "What the hell is it?" I looked it up and went, "Oh shit!"
You're like, damn, that is a little close.
But I didn't mind because I know like the original Alice, she was a brunette, so that's what I went with. And this this piece started as a commission for a friend. So there's a version that exists that has my friend's likeness, and then I changed it when I had permission. So I changed it to do like prints and things.
Oh, that's awesome. Is she drinking tea or blood?
Yeah, whatever.
You know, tomato. She's having a Bloody Mary, emphasis on the bloody.
Oh.
Maybe it's fruit punch.
Oh wow. I love your art style. I really do.
This one was kind of crazy. I had done this piece because I was going to meet the guy who did all the swimming scenes from the original Creature of the Black Lagoon movie.
Wow.
He's still alive. He's like in his 90s, but he was going to be at this horror convention. So I did it up. It was only a pencil and ink piece. So I was gonna get it done, maybe get it signed by him or something. I put it online to let people know, and within seconds I had a buyer for it. I was like, holy shit. So I drew 2 of them. The other one's slightly different, but that one I got signed for me, and this one I thought was perfect to color, so I painted it up.
That looks. I love the definition. You know, the fidelity of the colors and the shadows. It looks great.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, well, if you get the I'm sorry, if you get the art book though, you could see how clean and clear those lines are because he is highly detailed.
Yeah, he definitely looks like it. So are you digital, traditional, blend? What are you?
All of the above. Yeah.
Okay.
I started as a penciler, and then I had that famous screw over from Joe Quesada, and that's when I said, you know what, screw this, because I was supposed to draw Spider-Man in the early 2000s.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks before I signed the contract. The editor contacted me and he said, "I'm sorry, I'm not going to BS you, but Joe Quesada said he's putting one of his friends on the book instead." So
oh my gosh, good old boys club.
Oh my god, yeah. I had a couple of encounters with that idiot, and they've been documented several times, but that one in particular, I said, you know what, screw this. So I forced myself to kind of learn Photoshop. It took a while, but you know, I started getting down what I like, and my style just developed over the years. So I've done from comic book stuff. I was a lead designer at McFarlane Toys.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I've done a ton of different work, but I've done concept artwork. So I kind of mix everything that I've been known for, and that's how my style, I guess, kind of developed through the comic book way. So you'll see highly rendered drawings. You'll see super detailed painted pieces, you know, stuff like this.
Hey,
I want her outfit.
I saw this and I thought of you. Can you imagine why?
I know exactly why, yes. I really like the whole Dia de los Muertos thing, and I've had a couple people that have tried to tell me that I'm not allowed to because I am not Hispanic and it's appropriation. And I was like, it's a Christian holiday.
Well, if you do it and then you just put photos online, I think people will just go apeshit over it, and they wouldn't care if you're Hispanic or not.
Well, it's actually really funny. There's a couple of tweets or information that has gone out from like the Mexican government that's like, Please, everybody, we would love for you to participate regardless of your nationality.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like their
I'm just
embassies
like,
around the world try to encourage whatever population they're in. Like Norway, they try to get their people to celebrate the
Oh my
holiday.
God. That's
well, and
pretty
I
funny.
mean, the thing is it's such a beautiful and delicate look with the sugar skulls and all that, which is why everybody's drawn to it so much. And I definitely I've done it before,
Mhm.
and I didn't get the outrage that one girl was for certain I was absolutely going to get, and how dare I?
For one
And she was very
person,
wrong.
for
She
one
was super wrong,
person,
but
you weren't gonna do it.
oh no! So I did a it was on some app thing for cosplayers, and I did a thing where I was actually going to do face painting at a deaf school, and I had the apron that I chose had a skeleton, like it had the body of a skeleton. So I was like, I obviously have to do skeleton face paint, and so I said, do I do scary, goofy, or do I do Dia de los Muertos? Those were my three options, and I put a poll up, and she railed against me for 2.5 days about how insensitive I was, and then Dia de los Muertos won in a landslide. And that's how I went to the school. And the best part is the people that invited me out there. It was a deaf couple, like a one deaf and one hearing, and they both were Hispanic. And they were like, "Oh my gosh, you look amazing!" I was like, "Thanks so much," and instantly done. Like
insensitive, please.
I know.
And now you have that email, that message from the Mexican government.
Exactly.
So you have the okay.
Everybody does. The whole world does. As long as you're respectful, that's all that matters. And honestly, that's beautiful. I really like that.
Oh yeah.
It's very, very cool.
That's why I'm staying on it, because I like it so much.
It's so good. Man,
Vinnie,
you guys
actually did have a question from the chat, which I have shared on the screen in StreamYards. If Shae would like to relay that, please.
Yes. So Skits asks, by the way, hello Skits. When did you work for McFarlane? He worked at a temp office.
At the Tempe, Arizona office.
Okay, sorry, Tempe, Arizona office in 0609.
Yeah, that's when they moved everything out there. Yeah, no, I was there from 2000, 2001-ish. Yeah, right around 9/11. So it was like right out of high school. I started working there. Yeah, Todd hated going to Jersey, because where it was in Jersey was like way up in the sticks, and it was not his favorite place to be, for
There's
whatever
a lot
reason.
of stuff in Jersey.
Yeah, well, there was. I don't think they're there at all anymore. Because I'm pretty sure I still had friends who worked there. He moved everything out into the Arizona, Tempe, Arizona, offices and area, because he even had, like, he didn't even want to do Toy Fair, the famous Toy Fair that's all over New York, like in February. He didn't even want to do that. He skipped it a couple of years, and he made like his own kind of museum that has his artwork and his figures and stuff out in Arizona. And I think that's what he wanted to do for Toy Fair, but he eventually ended up going back to New York as well, because people were like, what's wrong with you? Get over there.
Oh, that's awesome. Gosh, I love your art so much, Vinny. Every time I see it, and I've seen people, right? I've seen people that have commissioned you to do like their likeness or whatever.
Yeah.
And you have a really good, or someone else's likeness, those two, yep. And the way that you're able to capture like kind of the cute quirkiness about them, or be really like seductive and serious and all, it's just, you do a really, really good job, and I love it.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I know I put a few of them up on Instagram. I know that's where I put a lot of those type of things, but no, it's because that's the one thing. I was always kind of a portrait artist when I was young, so whenever I get a chance, I kind of I'll keep taking a commission, or even doing something for friends or family, regarding likenesses, just to kind of keep sharp as well.
Oh, that's awesome. So you can get, how much is it for us to get the first sketchbook?
Scroll up just a little bit. Yeah, because I only have 2 tiers on this. Yeah, it was $25 for the art book. Again, it's 52 pages. It's got a nice thick cover, thick pages. But yeah, it's only $25 for it. The second tier has like a little sketchbook, and that's with the you know the
Sugar Skull.
the sugar skull. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of brain fart. Yeah, she's the cover to that book. And that one, it's just a little bit smaller than a comic book. I mean, it's ash can type of a size. You know, if you've been to conventions, that's essentially what it is. It's a sketchbook that has just I put like commissions in there that I've done at shows. Like I put them kind of collected. I have some breakdown drawings. I have a before and after, so you could see kind of my process as well. So there's just like 2 or 3 colored pages in there. Yeah,
And you
no,
signed both of them.
yeah, I signed both of them.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so you'll get that and the art book for 45. Though I know I'm starting to run low on those sketchbooks, so I think when they're gone, I might just remove that tier, and eventually, this campaign will probably close as well. But
Yeah, it's been going for a while, right?
yeah, this one's because again, I put it up there just to kind of let people know or who wanted to see more of my work and kind of get it all in one spot. So it was beneficial for that,
So it's like an art station, but that makes you money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Exactly.
essentially.
Exactly. Without them taking a cut.
Oh, I like it. No, this is really, really cool, Vinny. I really like this. And Cappy says Vinny's book is the best quality feel of any comic I've bought. So that's obviously something that should entice a lot of people if you're kind of on the fence.
I do appreciate that. Yeah, this art book, it was the last one from the old printer I used, but the quality is still very high. The volume 2 book and City of Venus and everything that's going to be after that, that's the highest quality. I used a brand new printer on those books, and I was stunned at the quality of the printing on it. And I've let a lot of people know about it, other CG guys. I know like Wyatt with Ardana, he's going to be using it.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I believe Micah, he's going to be using them as well.
Very cool.
I've been letting some people know. That way fans really get their money's worth with these books, because I'm telling you, the thickness of the paper, it's the highest you'll get. So it is the 100-pound test on the interior, 130 for the cover. But the covers on the Volume 2 art book and City of Venus have a gloss finish on them, which is just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, nice and reflective. Yeah.
Well, that gives us a good spot to roll right into your other campaign, and I have posted the link to your art book in the chat.
That's right. Yeah, because Volume 2 is kind of an exclusive to City of Venus, to that campaign.
Okay, very cool.
And let me just switch which tab I'm sharing here.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, and the cover for Volume 2 is it's that Alice piece we showed before.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Super creepy.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, that's my featured tier, so you'll get them both.
Super awesome.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
So do you want to go over your pitch for City of Venus, which is still in demand?
Yeah. Could you play videos too, or no?
We can, but you don't have
I can play the video,
audio.
but yeah, you wouldn't hear the sound. So if you're cool with that, that's fine.
Oh, yeah, as long as they could hear it, people watching.
No,
they won't be able to.
No one can hear it.
Oh, no one could hear it? Oh, then
no.
Then it's all right. Yeah, you don't have to play it.
It's a weird hitch when you're going.
Yeah, because again, I'm sort of new to the StreamYarding thing too, and I don't know how it all goes, but this whole book, it's a futuristic book. It's set very far into the future, so like I could add a whole bunch of different things because I have a lot of elements going on. But it's a post-apocalyptic story. It centers around this woman who unknowingly has the power to either save or destroy the world. How can I say this without giving anything up either? The world is totally destroyed and void of power, except for this floating city in the sky and all those people who inhabit it. So they're like the main evil people of the book. They live in that floating city, but it also houses the most brilliant minds, scientists, engineers, and they're all working to prolong the lives of that ultra elite that kind of destroyed the world. And they essentially separated themselves from everyone else. That's why they're out there. They're in this floating city.
Right, and I assume that they're grinding under their heel anyone who lives below.
Yeah. Basically, the people who are surviving, they are scavengers who. I keep going back to this. Like how Chicago, they had like the big fires like back like in the 20s and stuff, and then they rebuilt the whole city on top of what was already existing. Like they didn't clean it out. So I kind of took that to the extreme since it's set so far into the future. All these different wars that have happened, they just kept building on top until like one really big one happened and everything's kind of wiped out. So the ones who survived, they are way below underground, and they come out every now and then to get either some supplies that are kind of mysteriously dropped there in certain locations. They don't know if they're being lured out because the people in that floating city, if they do get any of those survivors, they experiment on them. They don't want to experiment on themselves. So in most cases, they are failed experiments and they toss them back down. So when you see like something that kind of looks like a zombie or a monster, it's those failed experiments. And I'm going to have a bunch of different versions of them. So they're not all the same. In this first issue, I kind of show just one breed of them. So, but yeah, no, it's a crazy journey. I'm gonna have a lot of surprises in this. If you love action, you love hot chicks, science, yeah, this is definitely the book for you.
So if you're a person with a pulse, then this is your book.
Exactly. If you want something fun and really, really gorgeous artwork, because every page is just teeming with detail. Really good luck finding 1 inch of this book that doesn't have some kind of crazy amount of detail in it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so yeah.
I really like how you did the glow
in the upper section. Are you lagging, or is it someone else?
I'm not sure.
You
sound like you're lagging to me, but I don't know.
All right, Shae, take it.
So what I was saying before is I really like the glows that you got going and how they're subtle, but they really sell that kind of post-apocalyptic.
Cool. Yeah, no, I'm glad. I put so much work into these pages, into this story.
Oh, you can really tell. You definitely can tell. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, because the origin to this story is pretty much like I came up with it almost like around the time I started working at McFarlane, even maybe a little bit before then, because I always heard those stories about those secret organizations, the ultra elite that really control the world, and that they're the ones who are kind of destroying everything. So I took it to the extreme. What would they do? What would they really do if they could get it their way? And you can see that the world is destroyed, and they literally pull themselves away from everyone and everything. They think that they're above everyone else. So I literally did that.
Yeah. No, that's really cool, and it's I mean, a little on the nose, but at the same time, like in a very believable way. It's not the whole like, yeah, we are better than you and we are above you, and so we are literally above you in the only place that has technology and the only place that functions and has all of the amenities that we're used to.
Right.
And you guys get whatever our scraps are. I'm assuming probably all of their trash and sewage is just dropped straight down, so they don't have to deal with it, and it all hits down below.
Yeah. So yeah, no,
to survive.
Trust me, there is a ton of different stuff going on in this book. Some stuff seems a little on the nose, but I am going to have a lot of surprises in there as well, including those people in that city. But again, this is more of a bleak kind of post-apocalyptic thing. I know, like, people, they want to say elite or bring up other stuff like that. There is no society that's really there. This is bare bones. It's like, and the people who are survivors, they're very, very few. This isn't a civilization. This isn't, we're gonna have a roller derby. No. This is nothing like that.
There's no cage matches or anything crazy happening.
No, nothing like that. No, the crazy stuff is them trying to survive. When you see the other kind of failed experiments that are roaming around, how ultra dangerous they are.
Right.
And yeah, these people who want to survive, and they have no idea who this woman is who kind of popped up. And in fact, I take the viewer on the ride. This journey they're going on, it's going to be like almost through the eyes of the main character. At least the first issue. She wakes up on a rooftop, no idea where she is. She's never seen a floating city before. She hasn't seen this much destruction, and she's trying to figure out what the hell's going on. So, yeah, but by issue 2, I give more of her backstory and that kind of stuff. But in this series, because I'm aiming about maybe 6 issues, but they're gonna be oversized in page count. The first one's the only one that's about 32 pages front cover to back. Because again, I went with the kind of old school format of a regular comic, but everything else from here on out, they're going to be at least 40, 50 pages. So I'm going to give people a whole lot more in my upcoming books, for sure. But,
that's very cool.
Yeah,
I really like the look of your like mutant zombie types. They're kind of
thanks.
The creepy glowing eyes and the just right. I don't know, like the way that you have this face kind of twisted and his mouth seems so huge and everything with way more teeth than he should ever have. That's very cool. But so
you gotta have fun.
When you say that there's very few survivors, you're meaning like tens of.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was gonna say I feel like it's human nature that you would try to band together, but if you literally go, months before you see another human being, then maybe you don't.
Yeah, and that's going to be kind of part of this. The main story is like they want to try to survive and grow things again, but they can't at the moment because again they're so under the thumb of these very dangerous people in the floating city. So it's going to be a crazy little ride, but it's a story I've had in my head for a while, and like. It's funny because it evolved. It was originally going to be sort of like a society, but over the last couple of years, I've been developing it. I just wanted to strip more of it away and make it more bare bones. So like even here, like these first couple of pages, if there is any kind of explosions or tech is, electricity power, if it's detected, right away the floating city gets notified and they send out like a unit to either get survivors or find out what happened if it was one of the failed experiments that set something off.
Oh wow!
So, yeah, so
that's kind of horrifying.
Oh yeah, like I said, it's a very very dangerous world.
Wow, no, that's really cool. So we have a comment that I wanted to make sure to highlight from Cappy. He said, excellent. The only issue that he had with the book is that it was too short. And the fact that you kind of discussed all the other issues after this are going to be longer. This is kind of getting almost like in between an ash can and a comic to kind of get like a good chunk of the story out there without giving too much away.
Well,
away.
Well, again, this first issue, it's like a standard comic book. It's, about 22, 23 pages of story and art. And then I have, layouts, sketches, before and after. So you see like my line work and like a full finished piece. Stuff like that I put in there.
No, that's very, very cool. And this, scroll back up just real quick. Assuming she's listening. There we go. This female that you got going right here.
Yeah.
I'm assuming she's one of the baddies.
Oh, of course.
Okay, because I mean, you have like a couple of tropes with baddies. One of them is that they got something creepy going on with their eyes. They're probably a bad guy.
Yeah, her overall design I was really proud of too, because she's almost like she almost thinks of herself as royalty.
Oh, you can definitely tell, especially like anytime you see the females that have the little curl that's like
the curl
attached. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you see that and I instantly just want to go punch them. It's like,
and it's copied on her collar, I think you would like, which makes it worse.
It is. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think you would dig her design. Yeah, she's actually has on like this black and white kind of gown.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Like
cool.
I love-hate her already. That's awesome.
Beautiful.
Skits wanted to know how long does it take you to do one page?
Anywhere from a couple of days to a week. It depends on the page and what I'm doing with it. Because like Through the Woods was my first campaign, which I'm going to be. Oh, by the way, I'm re-releasing that as a collected edition in 2020.
Oh,
So,
that's cool.
oh, you have no idea how excited I am to re-release that. Because
That is so awesome.
yeah, that particular project. I was unknown. I didn't know anything about crowdfunding. That it's Twitter and YouTube mostly, and I had virtually no subscriber. Well, I didn't really have a YouTube channel, but at the time, but my Twitter, I only had like 100 and something people as my followers, and now I'm over 1,000. So these campaigns have been helping like crazy. Getting on shows, doing my own shows. It's all been really, really great stuff. And this community is so fantastic. So I know a lot of them, they've been looking at my campaigns and go, what the hell else has Vinnie been doing? Because he's been pumping these campaigns out left and right. So they go back and they look and they saw that they missed Through the Woods.
Yeah.
So I'm giving them a chance to get it and in a very, very good way.
I mean, to be fair, you do a lot, and it's really it is very hard to keep up with everything that you put out, and you put out very good quality work, which is really awesome to see.
Thank you. Yeah, because in the 7 months I've been doing this, I literally released 7 books.
Good hell.
Yeah, through the Woods. Through the Woods was 3 issues. Then I had the 2 art books, City of Venus. Oh, and the kid book. The kid book ended though. I closed it out. That was only for Halloween. That was the Ghostly Manor on Howling Hill. Yeah, my brother wrote that one, and I did all the artwork for it. Disney, Pixar kind of style that I went with on that. So it was super kid friendly, but it was a very tiny campaign. Like I ran it literally for like 20 days.
Oh yeah, I
remember. It was only for Halloween. Yeah, it was just for Halloween. So, yeah, I try to let people know though.
No, you definitely did. Because I gotta say, out of all of your campaigns, I think one that I ended up seeing the most of, at least for the time that you had it up, was probably the Ghostly Manor. Simply because it was so short that I saw that everywhere. Everyone was like, "You don't have time to wait. You have to go and get it now." And it was just constant. And then it was like, also City of Venus and all of these other books that you could potentially get, but go get the Ghostly Manor right now. Just like, all right, geez, I see it exists.
I'll do it.
Jeez, this is really hostile.
I'm glad more people should have jumped on it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that everybody has that false sense of security, despite you saying like it's literally just for Halloween. I'm not extending. We're not going in demand. Like this is it. You get it now or you don't get it. And people are like, yeah, you'll extend. And then you didn't. They went, oh
no. It literally it was literally in demand for about like a week and a half, maybe 2. And then it took off. But yeah, I mean, for what it is, I want it to be something special, and that's why it wasn't going to stay around for too long.
Well, and I think that there's a lot to be said for that, because especially if you're wanting to try and do stuff like that later on, now people understand if Vinnie tells you we're not going in demand or it's going to be a very short campaign, you got like 30 days or less, you mean that it's going to be a short campaign. There are 30 days or less, and that's it.
Yeah, because I'm literally the person who I'm creating all these books and I'm shipping them out. I mean, I don't really have... I don't have a team of people here helping me.
Dang.
So that's why it's been kind of crazy.
I'm sure. Yeah, trying to fulfill, and you got a big house.
Yeah. No, I'm renting. I'm in an apartment.
Oh, you just got boxes stacked all along one wall.
I get boxes everywhere.
Oh goodness, I understand that. Yeah. I move a lot. I'm actually, you can't see it because I made it look nice, but there's like boxes on either side.
She shoved it all to the side.
It's everything I haven't unpacked in the past like 13 years that I've been in the military. It's fine. So I'll get there eventually.
Oh wow, I know you're in the military.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I am.
So just to explain to the audience why I'm sitting on this page, I'm sitting on this page because when I was muted, I passed this page and I remembered like what I said to Vinnie in a stream a long time ago. Vinnie, them hips.
Damn hips.
Oh
Damn
yeah,
hips.
I like them thick.
I mean, they're very beautiful women that are definitely making me feel like I should feel bad for eating that cookies and cream cupcake I had earlier.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Just do your squats and go around the block a couple.
It's good.
The cookies burnt off.
Yeah, it'll be fine, I'm sure. All of the laughing from all of these streams, I'm sure handled some of it.
Just
Right.
walk your nightmare dog. I'm sure you'll have that figure.
Oh gosh, please no.
So
All
did you
right,
want to
so
go over
let's
your
go.
tier?
I was just gonna say, let's go over your tiers. It's the one thing we haven't done. We've just been gushing.
Sure. Yeah. So yeah, the featured tier is the signed comic book, which again it is 32 pages front cover to back cover. It was 28, but I met my stretch goal, so 4 extra pages to it, which is like behind the scenes stuff. So yeah, you'll get that and the 52-page art book, the volume 2. So it definitely goes with the volume 1. You're gonna want both because there is just so much awesome stuff in there. But yeah, so that's $50 for those.
Well, and real quick before we move too far, one thing that Cappy had said that I think is really cool is he was talking about your style of art and how you don't do a whole lot of hatching, and he actually really likes that because it helps the colors show through and it helps you be able to really appreciate the cleanness of your lines. And I definitely have to agree. Like, I really do like when artists can do good hatching, but seeing when an artist doesn't need to do hatching and has a very clean style is also very, very cool to see.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And yeah, Cappy, thanks for the review. I literally started watching it before I got the link for this stream, so I'm going to finish it. But from what I saw, I really appreciate it. Yeah, with this book in particular, I wanted the women to be very, very clean, that line work, but I put a lot more rendering too into the backgrounds and stuff. So even on the cover, you could see like I went in there like, yeah, they're not all black lines.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see like I put like white hatching and stuff like that. I put texture everywhere. This book has just a mix of different stuff in it.
Well, the thing is you blend it really well. And I've noticed a lot of people when they're doing female characters, you either focus way too much on definition of muscles or people do a lot of heavy hatching. And both of those things can make your women look a lot more manly and a lot more muscular, like overly muscular, like losing that femininity. And I think that you have a pretty good balance. I mean, granted, I don't think I've ever seen a woman that has abs like these women do. But then again, every girl that I hang out with also loves cookies. So we're not getting this definition ever. It doesn't matter how long I spend in the gym.
See, I do appreciate that because yes, these women, I hate when people go over the top with doing the line work on the actual anatomy.
Right.
Because to me, it's kind of odd. If you want to do it with shadowing, depending like on the lighting, which you want to do, if you want to be more dramatic, sure. But yeah, for the most part, I think the contrast is there when you see the women looking the way they do on top of the backgrounds. They'll stand out more. So, I mean, I tried to approach everything from that kind of view, aesthetically speaking. Like, it should flow well. Even in the coloring process, you want to have that layering happening. So you want depth on each page, on each panel. You know,
right,
you want your characters to stand out.
It's much more of a smooth musculature versus up here, where they're in the
when
kind of harsher side light.
Yeah. Oh, and scroll down just a touch to the panel that's just below that one. So this is something else I love, is muscular thighs are very, very difficult to portray on a female without them looking like they've roided out with like a massive vein or something. And the way that you've done like her inner thigh shadowing, where it's got that muscle that's kind of highlighted, and then the dip that's in shadow as you go towards her crotch, because it's, I mean, that's where the muscle is. But looking at that is a very built thigh. That is a very muscular thigh without it looking like a dude.
Right. Yes. Solid. Like I like almost like Olympic athletes. Like they're not. A lot of them aren't super cut,
Right.
but they have that thickness that you know, the muscles are there and they're functional. I mean, you don't have to be super ripped in order to do what you have to do.
No, and
But that's kind of like,
usually the super cut muscles usually are very superficial. When you have people that are actually
yeah,
strong and people that actually use their muscles, it's not that defined. There's a lot
right,
more girth to it and a lot less cut line and dehydration.
right. Oh, I agree 100%.
Okay, I'm sorry. I totally derailed.
No,
I had to
that's
point that
good.
out. I thought it was good.
I like it. No, I like talking shop. But yeah, so yeah. Oh, by the way, this campaign, I did put it all together in one day, only because I got on Ethan's show for at the end of the Volume One art book campaign. So like it had gone in demand when he invited me on to be the new one of the new guys for CG. So he was going to do 2 nights in a row because he loved how everyone did, and I saw everyone had these great books. I got super pumped. I'm like, I do have City of Venus. I had to make a couple of changes in it first, but I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do the campaign. So I was getting ready for another show. I took the entire day off and I just built the campaign. So I was really proud of what I did with this. And even the surprise that he had, because he's like, "Oh, Vinny, so what do you got? An art book, sketchbook, or something?" I'm like, that was yesterday. Today, I have a full comic book campaign. He's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah." So when he showed it,
Yes.
he was like, "Holy shit, Vinny draws the hottest women."
Right?
So yeah, so that was really awesome, and I want to thank Ethan again for that. Yeah, no, this had a good start, but
Oh,
Vinny, if you
absolutely.
haven't done it already, because by far I have not seen all your work, but if you have done Heather Swain in this style, yeah, that would be awesome.
That would be cool.
yeah, I got to for sure. But yeah, no, I've done a couple of Cyberfrog pieces, but I had never finished them like fully rendered in color. But yeah, no, I'm gonna be doing more stuff like that. I know, just because I'm a fan of his work to begin with, and what he's been
Hmm.
doing. But yeah, Heather's a great character, so yeah, I'd be
Right.
honored to get a chance.
Shay, did you post that picture? Yeah, you did. That's right. You tweeted it out. The one of you in the Tool shirt
I
trying to look
did.
like Heather.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. One of his drawings that he did recently looked exactly like Shae.
Right.
What?
Noticed. Yeah, he had put something up, I think, the other day where she was
Oh.
like surprised. Like it was almost like a close up headshot, and it really looked
Hmm.
like Shae.
Yeah.
That, like, I don't know what to say to that other than Heather is super hot, so I'll totally take it as a
Right.
compliment.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
for it.
I love that. That is so cool.
Very cool.
All right.
Oh,
So
okay,
your
back to
So
second
yeah,
the
tier.
yeah. So the second tier, it says signed art book. It actually supposed to say signed comic book. I put the wrong file because I was again using some of the previous campaign so I could work quicker.
Hmm.
And I forgot to change the signed comic book you'll get for $20 plus shipping. But then I added, when the campaign was near the end, someone was asking, what if you want multiple copies, do we get any kind of discount? So I set up like buy one get one half off following tiers. Um, so yeah, I ended up moving a few of those as well.
Yeah.
Then I
15.
have, yeah, not too bad. And then yeah, this one was actually a chance for people to get original artwork. I was told that a lot of people, they've been wanting that. I only sold one head sketch, I believe, for Through the Woods, but again, because not many people knew about me, so I'll throw one on here as well. This tier, you'll get an original sketch. The quality of the sketch is up there as well. If you saw my hand drawing, the
Mm-hmm.
character with the red jacket, that's the quality you get. It's not a simple sketch. It's a
Right
highly
here.
detailed drawing. Yeah, that one. That's the quality you get.
I love that.
But here you get the Volume 2 art book plus City of Venus, one of these sketches or something along those lines. But it's one of the characters from the book. You don't really have a choice. It's up to me. It's whatever I have in my head that I want to pop out. Yeah, it's guaranteed to be a hot chick. So
Oh, there you
What's
go.
wrong with that?
That's all. That's all they
So
need to know. It's gonna be a hot chick.
I was
So
going to
right.
object, saying that it better not be like a soldier, a dude or something like that. But if you're guaranteeing a hot chick, then my objections
Yeah.
are moot. So
I mean,
we'll just
Yeah. Yeah.
move
No.
if you've
on.
seen what Vinny chooses to draw, it's
Right?
always hot chicks.
And I have posted almost all of these online as well. And yeah, I've done some of the villains of the book, the female ones, and I've done the two main characters that you've seen on these pages. Yeah, so I was really, really happy about that. And in fact, because how this campaign ended, I was getting these drawings done beforehand. So as they were coming in, I was pretty much doing them like, one or two a night right before I went to sleep. Just, banging out something really cool. So I was actually able, before I went to print, I have a couple of those drawings as like the last page of the actual comic book, one of the bonus materials that I threw in there. So
Nice.
you'll see some of the other drawings I've done for some backers.
Very
That's
cool.
very cool.
Yeah, that was a good thing. So yeah, the most is if you didn't get volume 1 and you want it with all of them, I put volume 1 and 2 together along with City of Venus plus the one of the head sketches.
Right. So basically, it's this tier plus volume 1.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Which is a good deal too. Because volume 1 was 25 if you were just getting that book, right? And so if you're getting it there, you're saving a little bit of money.
Yeah, you're saving some money, and I mean, these sketches that I normally do, they're like, they're a higher quality than the ones I do at the conventions, but they are pencils, so I made sure that the lines are super tight, super clean, because that's kind of my background. I was a designer first, so I made sure that all my pencils are some of the highest quality. So that alone is a steal, and a couple of people said it. I had one guy who bought from me 3 times because he wanted 3 different sketches. So I was like, "Wow, thank you."
Right. Well,
Yeah,
so he's
yeah,
3 out of your 13.
Yeah,
Nice.
which I was really blown away by. I'm like, Jesus, but he was so. Yeah, no, I'm very grateful for that. And he got one of this character, the main one, and one of the villains.
That's really cool.
I try to keep certain things in mind, so for repeat customers.
No, that's honestly this all of your projects are really good quality and caliber, and this is no exception at all. It's
I appreciate it.
I mean,
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
sorry,
I love your women. They're super pretty.
Very cool. Yeah, and I've been working for a while now on another project. Actually, even before I launched City of Venus, that's why I was kind of on the fence, because my next project wasn't going to be this one. It was actually going to be this pirate story that I'm working on, which is up with, I mean, beautiful locations, then very violent fight scenes. It's gonna have a lot, that book, and I'm super excited to get more of that done because I want people to see it. But I'm going to be launching that, I think, after the re-release of Through the Woods. So it'll be Through the Woods, my new pirate series, and then volume 2 of City of Venus. That's kind of the lineup I have coming into 2020.
That is so great to hear. That is awesome. You've had a lot of love for this book too. You have, what is it, 250 backers size? Is that what that was?
Yes.
That is a lot of love. That is
awesome.
so cool.
Yeah, I'm
you're
really,
shipping this
really
month?
thankful for everyone. Yeah, I'm shipping this month. Everything's been shipped out. It's as orders come in. It's either
nice.
same day I mail it or the following day. And obviously,
awesome.
if it's a week, if it's a weekend, it'll be on the following Monday. So yeah,
that is so great.
They've been getting it super fast, especially if you're in the States. You're getting it within 2 to 3 days.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That is an awesome payout too, especially because I had to go through and do an Excel sheet of all of the stuff that I've backed and like when they were supposed to be due, and I started looking at them and I was like, Well, April's going to be a great month for me, but that's like so far away.
Yeah, I know. See, and that's the thing too. Like, I don't want to even launch a campaign unless I know it's like somewhere around 90% complete, because I don't want people to wait. I hate to wait. I mean, I've backed a
Yeah,
bunch of books, and obviously I'm waiting. But uh, if
it
if
happens.
if I could skip that, and fans could get my books like almost immediately after the campaign closes, like within a couple of weeks, because obviously I need to get my money from Indiegogo and then go to printing. So essentially, as soon as I get it back from the printer, I'm signing, packing, boom, mailing them out.
That's awesome. And Cappy also said that you did a great job in the packing. And so
Yeah,
that's another always concern, is you never know if you're going to get something that's packed up and gets damaged
right.
or
Hmm.
banged up on the way. Hottest thing in
Yeah,
the
because
world to get a comic.
yeah, because I had a little bit of help on City of Venus, and I noticed if I wasn't supervising like heavily, some books were either getting damaged or they weren't packed properly. So, at that point, you got to go out of pocket. So, like, I made sure whoever got, to be honest, maybe I don't know, between 2 and 5% of the books got some damages on it, or because it wasn't even so much the fault of whoever packed it, the help that I had, but it was the mail carriers. They would
Yeah.
shove them into the slots or wherever the people had their mail,
Yeah.
and they didn't care what was in it. So I made sure, when as soon as I heard a couple of those came in, I went, whoa, time out. I got to make sure everything is packed extra. So everything is. So. I
Pack
haven't
it
had
with a
one issue
steel
after
sheet
that.
inside it, so they can't
Right?
fold it to
Yeah.
stuff it in a mailbox.
Oh, pretty much. There was one. I think one of the original art pieces. I don't know how this happened. The guy might have tried to play a fast one. I don't know, but he's bent, and it was literally the upper corner. And I don't know how, because it was sandwiched. It was sandwiched in between the books. So I don't know how that was even possible. But yeah, we talked it out and things were all right. But I made sure if anything like that ever happened again, uh, it wouldn't. It would never happen. So
Right.
um, uh, yeah. So the people who had got sketches after that, you couldn't put a bullet through that damn package. That's how well I packed them.
Just
Nice.
pack them in Kevlar. It's fine. Nothing is
Yeah.
going to damage this, damn it.
It's all good.
It'll
That's
take an
awesome.
anti-tank missile. So
Right.
buy Vinnie's books, because they double as an armor. So
You just put it in
Exactly.
front of you if somebody's trying to rob you. You'll be fine, and so will your comic.
Like Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future 3,
right,
doing the Clint Eastwood,
right.
thing.
The storefront, yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
this
got a
is great.
bandolier of Vinnie comics still in their packaging, wrapped around my body.
Protection.
Perfect.
All
Well,
right.
does the chat have any other questions? I'm going to give them their last call. And Sai, did you have any other questions for Vinny?
No, I was just going to comment that I love the kind of wave design you have to the beam of this weapon. That's why I stopped on it as I was flipping through the top images.
Oh, thanks.
I love it, and I love
Awesome. Thank you.
that it's not symmetrical, because with a beam weapon you would expect it to be symmetrical if it's going to have a wave design, but it's
Mhm.
not, and that just adds to the character of the drawing right
Oh,
there.
absolutely. Yeah, I always want to add something extra. I mean, because that's part of my background is in design. So things should stand out. Things should be very unique to whatever character is going to be, wielding a certain weapon, or a certain aesthetic about them. Um, yeah. So even the villains here, they're referred to as the vultures by like the survivors, and you can tell like by the shape of the mask. Um, and obviously like they have that City of Venus kind of like that logo on them, like the big V's. I try to give a certain quality to the book, and even like these secondary background characters, they should all have a personality of some kind. So
Right.
trust me, I think about almost everything as I'm creating.
I love it. Well, and I love the little gap that she's got that has the lights on the side and everything. I always think that that's such a
Yeah.
cool aesthetic, especially when it's something that just sits and doesn't necessarily have like the straps.
Right. That's exactly what I was going to say. It's strapless. Plus, it's glowing.
Yes. It's just it's a very thoughtful design. It really adds to the character, and the fact that she's from up above where all the tech is and where all of the, the Gucci stuff is, and that everything on her glows, and that's phenomenal.
Yeah,
So
I definitely want to have. I always want to have fun with that kind of stuff.
We do have one last minute question from the chat that I had to allow through the moderation.
Oh my gosh. How many times has Vinnie watched Underworld? Kate Beckinsale's ass seems to make an appearance.
I'm not going to lie.
She is amazing.
I mean,
what is she? What is she, like 40? She's like 42 or something? Or
I have no
maybe a
idea.
little older.
And
Yeah,
she
that
does
woman
not
is-
seem to age in any of those damn movies. What are they like?
No.
The original and 2 or 3 sequels at this point. And she just looks the freaking same.
She does.
That's something else. But
she's a real vampire.
I was a fan of that movie for sure. But and working on this, no, I wasn't really studying any particular thing. I just knew. Well, I knew the story that I wanted to tell. So it was just about getting really cool shots. And,
chicks with rockin' bodies.
And fun.
Heck yeah. No, everything's really dynamic. I really like how you have everything kind of framed out and everything. It's exciting.
Yeah, literally, like almost every panel that I've seen could be a print, and that's the only person that I've seen that do it a little bit better is Kyle.
I was just gonna say that the only other person I can think of that does it is Kyle Ritter, and that I'm
looking forward to his book. That thing was amazing.
I can't wait. I'm keeping him on target to make sure he gets everything done.
Oh, good. Keep cracking the whip.
Absolutely, somebody's got it, right?
Totally. But so see, that's the thing too. Like, I want to talk more about the main character, but I can't without spoiling things.
Well, I
we
did
don't do
read
spoilers here.
one thing that you did not mention when you pitched the story right here, that our MacGuffin has a rare power source of unknown capabilities housed in a unique piece of tech strapped to her wrist.
Right.
So that's that glowy little bracelet we see right
That's
here.
what that was. That looked like a blade at that one point.
I'll scroll down to it.
Yeah, that one promo image.
Right there.
That's a really good promo image. I love that.
And what really has me concerned is I saw in a panel down here, once I read that up at the top, and I'm scrolling through this very slowly to show you guys everything.
That guy.
Yeah. Where is it? Where is it? Where? There.
Mm-hmm. He actually, he hits it, and you see that it comes off, and the actual piece of unique tech is under that.
Oh, okay. I was worried he broke it. I was worried our MacGuffin got broken. But
oh goodness!
Thank you for the reassurance, because I saw that and I'm like, oh shit, she in trouble now.
Oh no!
Oh, she's screwed.
She definitely is. Anyone who bought the book, they know it, and that's why a lot of people, they said that they were upset because it was part of the cliffhanger. I'm known for really crazy, awesome cliffhangers. I did it with Through the Woods, because when I first finished that book, I brought it to a couple of conventions, and anyone who bought it from me, before the show was done, they ran up to me and they went, "What the hell happens?" I said, "What do you mean?" That cliffhanger. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna have to wait for issue 2.
Oh, that's so mean.
Well, it's kind of that image that I have up right now that I'm my circle here that I'm every time I talk you see it moving. That's kind of the last page of issue 1 of Through the Woods. So people are like, "What the fuck?"
That's so mean.
Yeah, and that's a full page. That's a splash page of like awesomeness right there.
Hold on, let me zoom in on Vinnie.
Well, actually, the campaign is. I mean, technically, you could still see it if you go to it on Indiegogo, and this page is up, I believe. I think it is.
Maybe not. Who knows?
Well, it's been a while since I saw it. It's been a couple months. You know how many projects I've been doing?
Yes, I seem to remember you saying something about 7 and 7 months.
Yeah. To say the least.
Oh my goodness. Well, Honestly, this is a really cool. Like, I'm glad that we were able to get you on and talk about 3 of your 7 projects that you've been doing, and a couple of the future ones that you got coming out. That's it's super awesome. You've got really, really good quality art. You've got, from what I'm hearing, Cappy says you got great storytelling.
Thank you.
So this is a really exciting campaign, and I'm really looking forward to some of your future ones as well. So if unless anyone has, do you have any last minute pitches, any last minute anything?
Well, yeah. This one, I did everything. I wrote it, did all the artwork, all that. Through the Woods is co-created by my brother Frank. He wrote. Well, actually, I did the first draft of issue 1 of Through the Woods, but then he did the second draft, and we changed the ending. So it was going to be more of a horror story, and we changed it more to a ghost story. But I got to have my way a little bit anyway by the time you get to the 3rd issue. But luckily, everybody who's going to be getting it going into the new year, the whole story is completed, and it's going to be in a collected, like, trade paperback format. Brand new cover. I'm going to have more sketches and stuff in it as well. So right now it's looking to be like it's going to be around 90 something pages altogether. Yeah, it's going to be the format that you want. That's for sure. So that's why I'm extra excited to get that out again. So I know a lot of people, they've been kind of, messaging me all over the place. Are you re-releasing it? Do you have any left? But yeah, the re-release is coming. And yeah, anybody, please follow me on Twitter at Vinnie Art. I also have my own YouTube channel I've been doing as well, where I've been interviewing other creators. I showcase one of my friends, Bram Frank, with his knives. Grandmaster Bram Frank. This guy's a legend in the martial art world. He's in need of a lot of help. So I'm helping him set up an Indiegogo campaign for his knives. He's actually been texting me while we've been chatting. But
his knives are really, really cool looking too.
They are crazy good. And he designed all of them. This guy's a super genius on top of everything else. Like, literally, he's like part of Mensa. Yeah, this guy is one of the coolest people. Check out that interview. He's going to be on again when we launch his Indiegogo. So you could find me on YouTube if you type in Vinnie Art, or YouTube/C/Vinnie.
I think you can actually leave out the C according to what I've read, because we're about to get our custom URL.
Okay.
And thank you for very much reminding me. We just passed 100 subscribers.
Yay!
Oh,
congrats. Literally within the last few
awesome.
hours. So that is absolutely awesome. So thank you for all the people watching, the people in the chat, the people watching on replay. Thank you so much for getting us over 100. And yes, we will have a much more simple URL in the future.
We absolutely will. Well, thank you so much, Vinnie, for coming on. This was a phenomenal show. I'm so happy that we were able to get you on. Thank you, Cy, my wonderful co-host. Thanks to everybody in the chat. I'm so happy that you guys were here. This was a really great show, and I'm really happy that we got to kind of go over a lot of Vinnie's art. So if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time.
Very cool. Thank you again, guys.
Thank you so much.